Already that. Stella Sora team. Not the last stream, but we are getting pretty close to the end, as it is. Hopefully the music's not too loud. I hope. But yeah, I've been doing a lot in the background. I've had to because I've been out of town for a bit, but as you can see, I have. Dang, took you 5 seconds to get started, stalled so long. I know, right? I should have, you know, just immediately gone and just like, oh yeah, 3 seconds. You also need to turn down the game a good amount. I figured as much. It looks like... tell me when it's good. I'm at negative 7.4 decibels. The audio does have to cut out every single time I change it. Because, this game doesn't allow you to tab out, keeping the game running. Well, the game continues running, it just kills the audio because reasons. A little more? I mean, I have no idea of telling how quiet or how loud it is because it's still blasting in my ear. So I did turn down sound effects at least. So at least you don't have to hear explosions going in your, you know, like crazy. But yeah, so while he's deciding whether the audio is fine or not, just this morning I woke up and they're like, oh yeah, here's some gifts. And they basically give us a whole heck of a lot of stuff to experiment with, so to speak. Maybe another 2 decibels down. Are you sure? Are you sure? Alright, let me see, another 2 decibels. I'm already at negative 8. I mean, because now I'm louder than the music. Can't you just turn it down on your side? Because it looks like I'm too loud now. Well, I did check the audio a little bit earlier, but... Another 2 decibels, though. There we go. Mate, I changed nothing! You said maybe another 2 decibels down, and I literally changed nothing. That's fine. Oh well, it's fine. But yeah, so as I was saying, oops, wrong space, but they gave us a lot of free stuff. So there was one drop that happened a couple of days ago that didn't really give me anything new in particular, but, you know, give you characters and CDs that, you know, you may or may not have already had. Even like the, that's how it should be. You should be louder than the game. I mean, I guess. The game changed it. So yeah, so they even had Fisa in here who was like, you know, the limited banner. And then some of these that you can't even get the banner. This one I have ascended twice. Or I forgot what they call it, the constellation, just whatever they call it. Yeah, I've had 3 of her now. They gave us her CD. I have another copy of An because why the heck not? Oh yeah, the Raid Up CD and a lot of stuff. And then today, remember I was telling you yesterday, nobody else knows, but I was telling you how I was missing like 1 character and 1 CD or something like that. Well, I was missing 1 5-star CD, 1 5-star character, and 1 4-star character. Well, they gave me for free the 5-star CD I was missing, and the 5-star character I was missing, and also the 4-star character I was missing. So now I have basically everything. I'm technically still missing a couple of CDs. CDs that you can only get from the shop. So this one I don't have. And of course these 3 up here I don't have either, but they technically don't give you enough currency to get all of them, so it's not a terribly big deal. And then I don't need to pull the gacha anymore because if you even look at the gacha, like, they gave us her for free, they gave us her disc for free, and then if you look at the people, I have all of these, and I have all of these characters as well. What else? I'm just missing this one CD right here, and then I have all the rest of them. And then of course these ones, they physically cannot stop giving you these. You cannot test everything. Exactly, kind of. But yeah, if you look at my trackers, you can see I have gone kind of crazy. Because what they did was, they gave us a lot of like free stuff. Not here, I guess. Who needs to level up? Oops, wrong button. Real question is, how many times the game has crashed since the last stream? Funny enough, it has only crashed once since the previous. Well, once on desktop, once on mobile. Yeah, surprisingly it actually did crash once on mobile. I forgot what I was doing when it crashed. I think I was like using somebody's skill. But and then of course on desktop it crashed during the gacha. Because it always crashes during the gacha. Wow. I don't know if they actually did a whole lot of fixes. They're supposed to be doing maintenance tonight. So they say, so we'll just kind of see what's happening. They patched it for your device. My device specifically, they're like, this guy can't handle it. We're gonna throw him a bone and just make it to where he can run it. So yeah, so basically what they did was, they gave us 800 of these max XP things. So basically you have no excuse to not level up all of your characters. And even without that, they also give us these things, which give us the promotion materials to limit break, and things like that. So yeah, they give us things for characters and CDs, and they also give us these cartridge boxes, which let you upgrade skills. So yeah, so we're basically now equipped. So for the first, like, you know, 2/3 of the closed beta, they're like, okay, play it naturally. And then now they're like, okay, we're good now. Take everything. So now they're giving us basically everything. So you can see I kind of have my 3 waters right here for my water team. I have 3 fires right here for my fire team. My 3 wind. There's still technically another one, but I don't feel like using her. And then I have 3 for my light as well. Though, to be fair, light is still a little bit weird. I haven't experimented with light a whole lot yet. And then now I have the whole ordeal of figuring out how to do this dark team, right? Because I only have 4 to work with. I wish to do that for all CBTs I was in. Which CBT did you participate in? Let me start reading some skills while you're doing that. I mean, she's support, so she's probably going to be in the support slot anyways. Increases damage taken. That's probably the most broken thing that you can have in this game, is increase the elemental damage they take. Because On has like 3 different things that can apply increased venti damage, and against bosses it's absolutely insane. Against mobs it's not as good, but HSR, Zenless Zone 0, and probably some others that I don't remember. What is HSR? Hold on, let me think. Do I know any games that start with H? Oh, Star Rail. That's what it is. Okay. Dang, you got into the CBT for Star Rail and ZZ. That's kind of insane. Yet you couldn't get it for this game. I don't know. Yeah, see Star Rail. I remember I was looking through the Discord just to kind of see, and people are complaining about the Dark team at the moment, how they're having trouble finding a good damage dealer, so to speak. They took my government ID for Star Rail. I mean, isn't like all of Hoyover's stuff doing like detailed checks nowadays? I was under NDA. See, that was the difference. I'm not under I'm not under like explicit NDA, I don't think. I'm sure if I data mined the crap out of this game, I'd probably get in trouble, but you know, they were YoStar was very explicit about how much they wanted people to get the content out there. So yeah, so this girl is apparently supposed to be the Vanguard. She is dedicated as Vanguard, but remember other people weren't particularly happy about how her damage does because she uses minion damage, which I don't know if it's technically less efficient than just beating things up normally, but I mean I could probably try, right? Because technically I'm not locked under anything. They aren't doing ID checks. I think they're just asking for age verification. Yeah, age verification. I still get emails from Genshin sometimes where they're like, oh yeah, we've updated these things, send us your info. And I was like, I don't want to. I don't play the game anymore. I just saw a YouTube short praising this blonde girl. Oh, Caramel? I mean, I could try. There's just nothing wrong with it. I'm sure with Mystica's special, it's probably not going to be a big deal. Granted, she is the 5-star, but as I was testing with the light team, I think Laru as Vanguard technically works better than Minova, even though one's 4-star and one's 5-star. So I mean, it's probably not going to be a big deal, I don't think. So I guess I can try using Caramel as the Vanguard for now. Just going through the steps of you know, upgrading all the characters. That's honestly like the time-consuming part almost, is just pressing all the buttons, and because you have to press it multiple times to, when you don't have the resources, it goes through a process of restocking them using the items in your inventory. It's a minor detail. It's not like a complaint per se. It's just like a thing I have to do because we are in the rare scenario where we have too much stuff. Normally you'd have to do things in moderation just because you have to. But now we have literally limitless potential. Sounds like good feedback to give them. Oh no, it works perfectly. Like I said, we are just in a quality of life very good. Yes, as quality of life it is very convenient, where you can just like, also I guess I can do it explicit, because like right here, normally I'd have to go into the stages and grind these using stamina, which I don't know if they've updated the rates or not. I remember when we first started, you could spend like all of your stamina and get nothing out of the stages because they had the rates really low. I don't know if they've boosted them yet, or at all. Hopefully they do in the full release, but it's not a big deal now because they give us everything, but definitely later on, being able to get more of these drops would be very convenient. So, you know, at the same time, it's like, how are you going to balance making sure that your players aren't beating your game too quickly? 'Cause that's something I noticed in like when I was playing certain games on DMM. It was like I'd play for 1 week and I'd basically have everything and max out everything. I was like, well, now what? So it is kind of a balance in a way. This is one of the characters I was looking forward to. I'm glad they gave gave us to her for free, so I can actually use her. She definitely has the smug. Which, if you know me, I do not mind. So once I get her all powered up, I'll probably do a dark run, because I haven't done a dark run yet, obviously. Which, I was looking at like the friends list to see if anybody has actually gotten to tier 30 yet. I don't think anybody's even gotten close, so I think our, yeah, 25 is pretty good. 23. Somebody here stopped playing completely. Well, their last login was... This one was 5:30, this one was yesterday, but they're still only level 5. It's a little unfortunate, but I guess it is what it is. What level am I? 22? Yeah, because I still have a lot of stamina that I just haven't used. Like, these 15 they gave us today, and then all these other cans, I'm sure if I spent all of them... Damn, how are you not 25 yet? I mean... I actually am not entirely sure how they got to 25, right? Because you can't purchase stamina. Oh, wait, you can. I think that's what they did. I think they were actually using their crystals to purchase stamina. Right? Because the math wouldn't add up otherwise, because even if I used up all of these stamina things, which I probably will, I don't see how they could have got to 25 otherwise. Because, like most games, the stamina requirement does go up quite steeply as you level. I don't need any of these. Skill trial, I guess. I'll just do this one. Peak solo leveler. So yeah, I literally used up all of the stamina that was given to us before today. And I didn't waste any from the usual, you know, the ones that just restore manually, because I never actually maxed out ever on any day because I used all of it. So even if I use this, which is, what, 15 times 60? That's too much math, but that's what, 900 stamina? What level would 900 stamina get me to? 900 would get me only to level 23. Even if we count the daily XP, however much you get from this, which I know isn't a whole lot. Even if you count all of these, that's still not enough to get me to 25. So you'd have to have had spent your precious, your precious dust on stamina. Which, I guess if you, I had no way of knowing that they'd give us all the stuff for free, which I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I was. So, maybe I shouldn't have spent so much on the gacha. Granted, I only did the character gacha. I have... What, how many do I have on here? 22... Are they shared? Okay, yeah, they're shared. So I've pulled 220 times on the character gacha. And I didn't spend any dust on the CD gacha, because they give you a lot more of those for free. So, it is what it is. I don't need to be level 25. I don't think anything even unlocks, right? Because the only thing I'm really worried about, especially at this point since I have all the resources, is like doing Ascension level 5, which you need to be 30. Okay, you tested the gacha rates for validity. I mean, my gacha pulls weren't like amazing, right? That's what. How long did it take me to get Freesia? Oh, wait, who is that? That was not. Wait. I only got her once in this gacha though. Okay, hold on. Yeah. So it took me... What is that? Little over 100 to get one 5-star character, which was a dupe. And then... Tisha. Thought I got... What's her name? First. Okay, I'm confused now. Oh wait, are they actually independent? Oh, they are! Oh, okay, so it took me... What is this? 22 pages times 5. It took me like 100 or so. 110 to get Freesia, which is a little... It's a little under pity because you get her automatically at 160. And then in this one... okay, yeah, so this one does keep track of this one. I've also done 110 here, and during that period, no, not you. I pulled Tisha, I believe. She was the only 5-star I pulled on this one, because Minova you get for free by doing the quest, and Mystique I got for free. So yeah. I guess I did a little bit better than Pity, technically. Which doesn't feel great, but it's gotcha, I suppose. Okay, so I haven't finished doing this part yet. Keep distracting me. Okay, so she's here, she's maxed out there. I guess I'll have her build for support first. I don't think I actually have enough chess pieces to get all of the skills to level 5. 1.7? I'll just do the whole thing. There aren't a whole lot of characters I have with all of the skills at level 4 simply because in a lot of cases I knew which character I was going to be using for support and which one I'd be using for Vanguard, but this one I just straight up don't. Because like, I want to use Mystique for damage, but she's also not Vanguard dedicated. Because generally in the testing it's like, I mean, comparing Nanoha to An is a bit weird. But, well, let's just say one definitely did a lot better than the other in terms of damage. When it comes to water, I didn't test out Shimiya because Freesia just does too well. Like, when it comes to mobbing, I don't think anybody is better than Freesia, so it was kind of a no-brainer there. I haven't even tried Teresa as Vanguard just because I didn't think it would work out very well, but maybe if I have time I can try it. Oh, that's right. Wait. Since when did I have this? Apparently I have soul keys for her. Oh, I also have some for her as well. Increases affected by burn. Brilliant. I'm sure there's some more characters on here that need their talents filled, but it's fine. Yeah, that's the first time I'm hearing her voice. Here we go. Brilliant. I don't remember her being that thick beforehand, but Guess I won't complain. I also will collect these just for the heck of it. Even though I don't technically need a gacha anymore, well actually, I'm still missing one CD technically, so it's probably not terrible to pick all these up. I don't think I'll be using her outside of support, so I can just build her for support. Yeesh. Hey, you saw that transition too, right? It's not just me, I don't think. Right here, let me see. I don't know how to change. Oh, here it is. I guess the precedent was kind of there, right? Because I guess these were always as tight as they were. We're just kind of seeing them a little bit more out. That's fine. That's fine. Do I want to read these now? I don't think I want to read these now. One more. That's right. Here, let's hear your voice as well. Okay, no surprises here. Alright, let's see it. Okay, I like this one. I like this one. At least they didn't do like what they did for Portulia. Because it was kind of funny to look at though, because yeah, you know Tilia, she's the knight. So they had her looking all nice and happy over here, being the knight she is, and then they blew up her bike. They were so mean. They blew up her bike. They even put holes in her tights. Which, yeah, I don't think those were there before. If they were, they're not visible. So yeah, unfortunate for her. Which I guess I technically have the resources. I probably could limit break everybody to at least get their image. Let me do this first before I forget. No, not this one. This one. I'm sure I don't need level 5. Me after Taco Bell first. Don't say that. Also, when was the last time you had Taco Bell? Let's be honest. I know personally I haven't had Taco Bell since, gosh, freshman year of college. And I only went because my roommate wanted Taco Bell for whatever reason. So I was like, okay, I guess I can get Taco Bell. So yeah. But yeah, Taco Bell, I mean, I remember eating it not quite a bit, but we had it sometimes when I was a kid. Not amazingly often, obviously, for health reasons. I remember, as a kid, you like a lot of salt, you like a lot of sugar, so, I mean, nothing to complain about. 1 week ago. Have you even left the house within 1 week? I don't know. I don't know if I believe that estimate. Well, I guess you could always order delivery. I know you're not afraid to order delivery. I am. Because delivery is too expensive. I don't have that kind of cash. Is there anything I can do here? Level 5 or higher? Dang, it's way too much. Guess I can do a brief hangout with Mystique just to get her thing up. I went to a pool in the neighborhood. Ah, I see. That was your first mistake. You went to the neighborhood pool. Where is she? She's down here. Go to the cave? Sure, why not? Let's go to the cave. Most of these things are the same, so I'm just going to skip through it until I hit a special event. After you read these once, there's usually not a whole lot of reason to read them again, because they made them very generic. Which, I guess for release, it's hopefully they'll make them a little bit different. Yes, because the only thing unique about these are usually their special events, and they replace names where the names are supposed to go. Maybe they also change some lines here and there, but for the most part it's about the same. Okay, I didn't get the special event. That's unfortunate. They only let you do these once per day, so you can't even like grind it. This is the most TikTok brain bond system ever. A little bit. Like, the only point of these really is just to get, you know, these 2 special memories, and then just to boost their affinity so you can do their, it's just so you can do their actual stories, which are here. Like, that's the only reason that you do those. Like, the invites and the gift is just to unlock these, and of course to get the stat bonuses. The stat bonuses are nice, and you also have the name cards here, like these. Which, I'm still not sure how these hearts work. Because if you look at it, I have 3 blue hearts on here and 3 blue hearts on here, but they aren't even aren't even close in terms of affinity. Right, she's at 17, and Anna's at 27. 17 and 27. Yet they're technically at the same affinity level as far as the nameplates are concerned. I'm still not entirely sure how these nameplates work. Right? Because even for her, I don't really do any of her affinity things very often. So I was wondering if it was just a thing where like the 5 stars get their hearts filled out faster or something like that. I'm not sure. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense just yet. Maybe if somebody explained it to me it would, but I don't know how it works just yet. I think that was all the characters. Right, I think I did all their skills to acceptable levels. Yeah, she has level 4 on everything. They just end up liking you without doing anything. Such a stud. I know, right? Why can't I have that kind of luck in real life? She's fine. Okay. So that's bare minimum for them. I also have CDs. I did purchase a couple of CDs before we started. Like these 3 5-star ones, or sorry, these 2 5-star ones I got from the Cataclysm shop, and then this one is the Dark Dedicated one. Probably a little bit later I'll do the stream to listen to all the CDs, because I think that'll be interesting. Because people are already building the wiki, so maybe they'll want to put the music on there as well. Who knows? It's nice just to have a record of certain things. Oh yeah. Do I need this one? Number of characters class ultimate. Is that better than this one? Auto attack damage, skill damage. When a character is hit, increase all teammates' Umbra damage. That's not too bad. Oh, I also have nail. That's right. I'm actually reading these for once because I'm sure it actually matters. For all the ones previously, I just kind of chose the highest rarity ones and whichever ones were the most interesting, but I figured while I'm here, I might as well read them just to, you know, figure out what I need. Yeah, so it's too basic. Because obviously the 5-star one I will be using in the main slot, it's just the rest of these. Increase auto attack damage, it's not too bad. Which, to be fair, none of these skills are actually a surprise at all, because they kind of have the CD set up to where every element has access to the exact same abilities, excluding the 5-star ones. Whenever square characters on the field, increase auto attack damage. I might use that one. Although to be fair, it is the one that I have the least number of stars on. So yeah, I probably won't end up using this one then because I don't like building around ultimates, let's just say. Like this one right here is good because it just increases skill damage, which is what you use the most. And auto attacks, of course. Although this one is just straight up attack, so I'll probably use this one and this one, more than likely. And then the support slots don't matter what elements you use. Oh, I didn't actually upgrade the discs, so I'm going to use them, don't I? Just go through this right quick. Who needs to actually grind resources? The one thing I am worried about is being fatigued the moment that full release happens and I'm not just given everything, right? Because they gave us a lot of free pulls early on. Like they gave us the very first one of like, oh yeah, your first login here, have 10 pulls. And then a couple days, and then like during the 7 days that the CBT started, they gave us 2 more sets across 7 days of free 10 pulls. So there are 20 pulls there. And then also in the mail, they were like, okay, also here are 10 more free pulls. And then they did a maintenance and they're like, okay, sorry, we have to shut down the servers for a sec. 10 more free pulls. And then it's just all, you know, on and on, just giving us free stuff. So whenever full release happens, I'm going to have to get used to not having all of this stuff. Which, it's okay, it'll be a long while before you get to play this game again. That is true. I'm sure I won't see this again for at least another year, minimum. So I guess it is what it is. Just enjoy it while it's here, because it won't be here again. I wonder if it'll go through some, like, the massive changes, like the Blue Archive one. Because if you look at the Blue Archive CBT and the full release, a lot of it looks really different. But, you know, they put a lot of effort into this art for these CDs and whatnot, so I'm sure these aren't going to change, per se. If anything changes, it'll probably be either, you know, the numbers, because the numbers are the easiest to change, obviously, and maybe the characters, since the characters are going to be kind of, you know, the face of this game. But yeah, there are a lot of things that still haven't been implemented yet. Like, each one has a story to it, but the story isn't available in the test. I hope they delocalize the names. I definitely wouldn't mind if they did, you know, did unlocalize the names, but if they keep the names as they are right now, I don't think it's the end of the world for me specifically. Other people will get bent out of shape over the things they get bent out of shape over. For me, it's a single mental adjustment. Because I can run the translation in my head just fine. And there aren't a whole lot of scenes in this game that are voiced outside of the very beginning. I don't know if you've... Well, actually, you were there for the entirety of the story, so there was one cutscene that was voiced. And they didn't say anybody's name. Unplayable game. So yeah, I mean... If they do, great. If they don't, that's fine. I'm sure a majority of players aren't going to really care. Some of us are just kind of Omega weebs, and we care, but... it's fine. Where's this one? That's the ultimate one. Alright. I think I'm ready to do an ascension now. Nope, that's the wrong button. Wait, any disc? Disc trial? I don't think I need. That's the thing. The dust has lost all meaning now that I have everything. Almost everything. Because I don't think I have enough to do this one yet. Yeah, I only have 6. There aren't even a whole lot of gems I can get anymore. Well, I guess there are several I can get in Menace Arena, but that's a lot of grinding. I spent a couple hours on that yesterday, just grinding up through the arena to get all the tickets, because they give you gacha tickets in there. Meaning turn to dust. I mean, I guess I could technically use them for stamina, and there are also all these stairs passes that I just don't use because gameplay. Okay, so we will try caramel. And then maybe I'll do one run caramel, one run mystique, just to kind of see how it goes. What am I looking? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of things. That is a lot of things. What is hard to collect? I know focus is hard to get inside of the thing, inside of the tower. So if I can at least get the focus out of the way, that would probably be pretty good. Right, because I'm trying to figure, because you have to determine kind of what you're willing to leave to chance. Stamina might not be too bad. Actually, let's take out this one, and we'll put in this one. We'll get us one set of pummel at least. Ultimate, I think, is pretty easy to get. Oh wait, there's this one. I didn't know I had this one. Am I willing to have to grind for 2 vitality, though, is the question. This might not be too bad. Right, I'm missing 1 burst, 1 vitality, 1 pummel, 1 luck. Pummel and luck... I don't know. I think pummel and luck might be common enough for it not to be a big deal. I mean, none of this matters if I get unlucky, so I guess it's not a terribly big deal, regardless. Actually, wait. Let me actually do this one. Yeah, let me do this one. So I'm missing 2 vitality. Right. 1 pummel. So I don't have anything immediately activated, which is fine. But we'll see what happens, I guess. All that matters is that they get activated by the end of the ascension. Okay. She does attack a little bit slow. Oh, okay. Oh, I see, that's the connection that the skill is talking about. The math thing. Is it math thing? Well, you're guaranteed to only have... There's a maximum number of melodies you're allowed to take at the very beginning. So, you're never going to have all of them filled, just by nature. The cable constantly deals damage. I'm casting the melodic seraphim. So this is the thing, I don't know all these names off the top of my head, so I do have to kind of go in here and read them. Co-performance. Oh, that's her ultimate. Okay. I'll ignore her ultimate for now. That one might be useful later. Increases its damage by 5% for 3. Oh, they forgot to put seconds on there. I'll do this one first, I guess. I don't know how good having damage on the cable will be. Right, because this is as far as the cable goes. Which isn't bad if you place it correctly, it just means I have to actually pay attention to it. Okay, let me try this. Okay, she just killed everything. That's fine. Ooh, Dark Bird. When Dark Apocalypse, which one's that? If it's her skill, that's great. If it's her ultimate... Okay, it's her ultimate. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, so Abyssal Hunter is the one I care about the most, because that's her main skill. 30% chance to reduce resilience. I don't know what resilience does, if I'm being honest. So it's not even a stat that we have on here. I mean, increasing number damage is always going to be good, so I guess I'll take this for now, but I haven't really done anything. Do I risk it? I mean, I skip her majority of the times, but I guess if I want the best run, I technically have to high roll. Randomly tame. I want the potentials, I don't want the destiny cards. No, let's try it. And I lost. You already know. Well, I lost, so it's fine. And she's here again. I'm skipping her this time. I know when to call it quits. I assume this dude does. Oh, she just creates a hole. Why not? Dang, this thing lasts for a while, actually. Oh, wait, who the heck are these guys? Huh. I didn't know she summoned just a million guys as well. Alright. Here's where we test things out on mobs. Okay, this radius is a little small. Hopefully there's a skill that increases it. Okay, the boombox definitely is good at mobbing one of these. Oh, wait. Cosette, I still am not entirely sure how her skill aims. Increase normal attack damage for 8% when using auto attack, consume 1 stack of popularity. Oh, hold on, there's more. Consume 1 stack of popularity to directly launch the last strike. What does this mean? It doesn't tell me. When Caramel Donut Boombox triggers Sigil, gain 1 stack of popularity. Is there a maximum number of stacks of popularity? Increase Boombox's attack range. That's not too bad. It's one of those things where these particular skills right here, you can only ever have 2 of them. in a given run. So it's kind of a matter of figuring out which one works the best. Additionally, unleashes circular sound waves, increases minion damage. When using an auto attack, consume the stack button to launch the last strike. Oh, okay, so the last strike I assume is probably just the strongest. So with popularity, you can just guarantee that you're always using the strongest part of her pattern. Rhythm Pulse doesn't sound too bad though, because the boombox only attacks in one direction, like a fan in one direction. This one sounds like it's like an entire AoE, which might be nice. I'll try gaining some popularity. And we'll just kind of see how it goes. Alright, this is where it would be nice to have that extra, you know, 300 coin that I lost. Okay. I'm getting a little bit lucky on these melodies. Ooh, lucky. Okay, that's Abyssal Hunter. We don't want Abyssal... Wait, no, we do want Abyssal Hunter. Corsair repeatedly inflicts the same target increase attack by 35%. That's not too bad. 30% chance to reduce target's resilience again. Increasing attack is nice. Dark Apocalypse... That's not great. Reducing attack generally doesn't help all that much. Survivability usually isn't an issue. Five seconds though. 30% chance to reduce resilience. I might be missing something when it comes to resilience, but it's fine, I guess. Okay, that's her ultimate. That's also the ultimate. Okay, I'll try this one for now, I guess. I don't have a whole lot of skills yet, so this one's... It's almost kind of the best time to upgrade things. If you get a good skill early on, you get to use the upgrade machine. Alright, we don't need to see this again. We fought this guy plenty of times. I wonder what a stack of popularity looks like. Okay. Okay, you guys aren't killing her fast enough. Interesting. Okay, this is where it matters. Increases minion damage of phantoms. The summoned lantern phantoms also grow larger. Ooh. Magic circle will follow targets when lantern phantom in the circle explodes. Oh, that's right. The lantern. So the guys come from her main skill. Oh yeah, so that's the lantern of phantom. 3%. Oh, okay, so it summons one every half a second. So upgrading those guys probably does help a bit. Okay, this is what I was initially wanting. Increasing the radius, which is nice. It is a little unfortunate the music does stop when this happens. Okay, these two have the exact same secondary effects. It's just, do I want it to follow or do I want it to be big? Increase damage. This is tempting though. I will say, this is kind of tempting. Stay happy. Increases the duration of the magic circle, increases minion damage. Okay, so these four are the only ones I'm working with, at least. That's easy to remember. So if I get this one, go crazy. As the plus radius increased, and it can draw on weak enemies. Stay happy, the Conjuring. I do kind of like this character build so far. Right, because the way that this game kind of has it is two builds that are kind of optimal to get and then generics. Like, I don't think I've been following any builds so far. Yeah, these two are technically in different ones, but it's not a terribly big deal if you don't. Oh, I'll get the big minions first. I think big minions will be fun. Oh, never mind. They're just giving me the second option already. Um, Following the target or being bigger? That is the question. Or just stay happy. Well, okay, so so cooldown for 10, large area. Nope, wrong skill. 3%. Every 0.5 seconds for 6 seconds. So increasing the duration. I don't think increasing duration actually increases the number of minions it can spawn, unless it does. Let me try it. This is a test run after all, so I guess we can try doing the build that they suggest. Hopefully it just spawns more guys. I want more guys. I'm gonna keep an eye on it actually. Ooh. We like the generic support skill. Just increase all characters' attack. That's right. How many guys do I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It does seem to be spawning guys for the entire duration of the circle. I do also need to check to make sure that the circle is actually lasting 9 seconds like it says it does. That would be a little unfortunate if it didn't. No, you only sell Destiny cards. Alright, you know, let me test it right here. Okay, so 1. Okay, I was right, so increasing the duration of the circle did increase the number of minions, which I enjoy. I like more minions. I don't know if minions necessarily increase our damage all that much, but it's nice at least. Because they also explode, which is fun. Okay, last skill for you. Baseline Finale is following the build that I'm currently on. The last striker for auto attack becomes an AoE. Increases minion damage. Increases the melodic boombox attack range. You know, we'll go auto attack. Ooh, 4 additional strikes. Wait, which one's Abyssal Hunter? Okay, yeah. That's her main skill. Ooh, we like increased Umber damage taken. Upgrade floor, claw strikes, increase all teammates attack by that. It's not too bad. Launch 4 additional strikes. Okay. What's the last one? Abyssal Hunter can pull targets, increases the Umber damage taken. Okay, so these two are definitely the better support ones. In terms of just increasing the main character's damage, which is important. I guess it technically increases everybody's damage. It's one of those things where this one takes a while simply because I have to read all the cards. For like the win team, I don't even need to really read anything. I can basically just, I already know, or I've kind of figured out what I think is optimal for those ones. So I mean, those ones is like nice and quick. I just look, is it the one I need? I take it. If not, you know. Even for like the water one, I've played so much of water whenever I first got Freesia that I kind of have it figured out how I want to play it, which is ultimate mobbing, so to speak. It is a little unfortunate how, like when it comes to Freesia, she has her spinning attack, which isn't particularly great for bosses, but it's great for mobbing. And then a lot of her skills are kind of reliant on her ultimate, since her ultimate gives her status of Berserk, which is like a status effect, I guess, in a way. And a lot of her skills are like, oh yeah, when she's Berserk, do this, when generally speaking, you won't have your ultimate ready often. That's fine. Increase defense. Okay, I like shields. Shields don't really last very long in this game. It's like, oh yeah, here's a skill. Gives you a shield. Shield lasts 3 seconds. Which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh, that's convenient. I didn't realize Cosette actually just teleports to whoever she needs to kill. That makes things nice. Magic Circle deals 33% of attack as gross skill damage per turn. 5% chance to summon one more lantern. As fun as this sounds, I think I'm going to have to go for the AoE right now, because I don't think 5% is nearly good enough. Very useful. Yeah, who knew teleporting around was useful? Like, I think right here she will literally just murder the entire board. Yeah, she murdered the entire board. Support characters are honestly some of the most ridiculous in this game. Like, there are some cases where An, as support, will deal more damage than Nanoha as Vanguard. Which is wild. Guess I'll just take more skill damage. Nope, nope, heal me please. Give me a sec. Okay. Just need to check something. Alright. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Do I need skill for anything? I don't think I need these two for anything. Yeah, I'm already maxed out on Vitality. I just need one more Pummel and one more Burst. Guess I'll just focus on these for now. Yep, I like this. More Umber damage taken is always nice. And casting co-performance increases attack. Yep, that's good. None of these are on sale. I guess I can always just get a melody of skill just to have it. Usually just having one melody versus having none is still pretty good. I'll increase the shield, I guess. There we go, this is the one I wanted. I wanted to increase Umber character attack. How much attack are we at right now? Almost 9,000, that's not too bad. Cosette is still a little bit low for some reason, but it's probably not a terribly big deal. Her entire thing is debuffs anyways. Oh, hello boss. Did you see what happened there? I definitely did not. I know I pressed all of the buttons, but I also don't know necessarily exactly what happened. Yeah, I really like this one. When the caramel is near to my boom, has increased boombox damage. I'll try maximum boost, just to see how it works. Oh dang, we got a bonus level on both. Okay, nothing else has changed. I'm still missing the same two. Don't you just enjoy it when things are on screen and things just are no longer on screen? I don't know if this cord is doing a great amount of damage, but it's probably not a big deal. Alright, here, let's wait for the minions to show up. I'll take them into the elevator with me. Come on, guys. Let's go. Don't explode before you enter the elevator. Up. Okay, one got in. One got in. Okay, give me what I need. Yes, Melody of Burst. Alright, I think that's all of our discs, actually. Yeah, all of our disc skills are activated now. This is a good run. This would be a good run if I knew exactly what I was taking. But I do not. I just have to kind of hope that I'm making optimal choices. Where's my cursor? I say where's my cursor as if it matters. The cursor doesn't actually do anything. Ooh, stun the enemies. I like stunning enemies. No, we don't want to spend anything random. Last thing, early on, whenever I didn't have amazing discs, yeah, I could just like willy-nilly gamble away all the melodies. Like, you know, to get more of them, but now since it's like a very delicate balance in keeping track of the melodies I have and making sure the disc skills are always active, it's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's get more attack, I guess. Look at all these attack boosts I just have. Okay, I'm not talking to you again. You have taken all of my money once already. I can't see her normal attacks very well. I'm trying to see where I get a popularity counter. It also doesn't show me what buffs the characters have, which is a little bit unfortunate. Because obviously I can tell what's an attack buff and what's a skill increase buff and whatnot, but things like her unique, you know, only her kind of status effect. Definitely going to be a little bit less aware of how that looks. Right, because look at all these things that I just have. I don't know who's from what or what is what. I also don't know how I'm supposed to spend the popularity once I do have it. Okay, so I get one stack of attack from this skill. Another melody of pummel. I can't see her normal skill. Oh wait. Nope, never mind, this doesn't work. I'm getting 9,000 attack from somewhere though. I don't know where, but it's there. Umber damage multiplier 176, that's pretty good. Alright, let me look at this. Okay, so I think that is the popularity icon. When using an auto attack, consume one stack of popularity to directly launch the last strike. So I'm not short on popularity, it's just... what does her last attack look like? Oh, we're right at the end. That's fine. Yep, that's good. Yep, that's good. That one's good again. I don't feel like paying $290 for this. It's final boss time anyways. Of all the bosses, this guy is the most annoying though. Okay, I'll pretend like I saw what I saw. I'll pretend like I knew exactly what was going on. Does she need more minion damage on these? I guess increasing defense doesn't hurt. And pummel. Ooh, that's good. I like that. That's also good. I like that one. Just take everything that's on sale. That's Dark Apocalypse. Dark Hallucination. Once every 2.5 seconds. I'll just do this one. Sure, why not? One more burst. And I can't purchase anything else. Well, that was a good run. We'll see what the score for my record is. $28. I mean, that is the best record I have so far, but I can't exactly say if it's... Oh, hello, Luck. Welcome in. The closed beta test is coming to a close this weekend, so kind of getting in our last minute figuring out of things. Enjoying the game while we can was definitely we won't be able to play the game for a while once the test ends. But yeah. Right now I'm running Dark Teams just to kind of see how I want to do it. I also have more discs for wind and water, so I can probably experiment with these. But yeah, just optimizing the crap out of this game. Spending all the effort to, and all the doing a lot of math to determine what the optimal builds are, and then watching them change all of the numbers on full release. None of the stuff we do here matters today, except for exactly providing feedback. Which they've had us fill out 2 surveys so far. I don't know how much those surveys are going to help them, but I filled them out at least. What else? Lemon and black tea. My goal at the very least is to try and get a level 30 record. If I can get a level 30 record, I'll consider this game complete. Because I have a lot of stuff set up for, like, progression that we just don't have access to yet because we physically can't reach it. A lot of the things are based on your level, like your player level, but the highest I've ever seen anybody get is 25 so far, and that's with some serious spending. Obviously there are no transactions in this, but which I am curious. I wonder if they turned on microtransactions, if anybody would actually do it, right? Because that'd be putting money into a game where all of your data is deleted by the end. It's curious. Part of me wouldn't be surprised if there were some people crazy enough to actually do it. I guess I can try ascending one more time. I can maybe ascend and then maybe try the arena again. Here, we'll try Mystique this time. Oh yeah, we will be listening to music a little bit later today. After this stream's over, I'm going to take a break and then I'll do a stream where I do nothing but listen to music. Because this game has like the built-in CDs that are... Oh my gosh, her damage is terrible. You know, I haven't read any of her skills yet, but... Do these guys just stay here forever? Takes a photo to deal 3.2%, not a lot, then enters exposure status. Summons one phantom every 3 seconds for 15 seconds. Automatically attack the target. 20% of her base HP. Up to 4 can be present at the same time. Interesting. I mean, I don't know if having 4 minions is going to increase her damage all that much. I don't know why I'm guessing. You have an army? I do have an army. And it does look like a lot of her skills do seem to kind of build around having these guys around. Yeah. We always spend HP. Ooh, attack speed. Ooh, energy gain. Do I need to give the pumpkins more HP? Well, I guess it also increases their damage. so many skills that I just want but cannot have at once. Because the thing that I've noticed is that minion damage is definitely a little bit less reliable than just basic skill, you know, burst damaging everybody. Yeah. We take the village. Destiny cards aren't particularly useful in this because they're only active during the ascension, so they don't actually affect anything after. Do I have max minions yet? I do. I will say their AI pattern isn't particularly amazing. Because they spend a bit too much time running around, it looks like. That's why minion damage is a little bit less reliable. Even if you have an army, it doesn't help if your army's not killing everything. Okay. Since this is probably going to be a dead run, all things considered, I guess I can try some of these other skills that I didn't take last time. Because you do get some dust for collecting all of the potentials and whatnot. I guess that's interesting. Not that I need any dust, because they've given me basically everything I could ever have hoped for. I mean, yeah, it definitely does. Abyssal Hunter, oh, that's right. Sure, why not? We don't want more Demon Mark. That works. Lost Domain. Oh, it just skipped the animation for us. Let's just spam. Okay, these ones are new. I used her as Vanguard last time, so these cards are entirely different. Adds 1 horizontal sweep, 3 additional notes. I'll take more sweeps. When Mystique deals damage, Phantoms will cast Whirlwind Slash. If the maximum number of Funko are in the field, increases their duration, also increases minion damage. When cast, removes all Funko on the field and summons them again. I need to see what these skills are actually called again. Okay, so that is when she uses her thing that summons things, it kills all of the minions, which I do not want. Definitely this one for sure. I'll have to figure out what I want to do for the second one. I will say this energy increase, I haven't really seen it very much yet. Increases musical damage. I don't know if I can reliably get to Dark Burn, but sure, we'll just hit this one. Wait, Ignis. One day I'll make my dream game because I have so many good ideas. I'm currently in the process of making a game at the moment. So, I mean, it's an idea I have been planning out for the past several months. It's just we don't have artists, so I have to kind of do some art, unfortunately. Just conceptual stuff, things to kind of give the game a focus, so to speak, a common image. Oh gosh, okay, homework. What is 2 to the power of 2 plus 2 to the power of 2 plus 2 to the power of 2 plus 2 to the power of 2 equal? I mean, yeah, it is, these are exponent rules. I'm curious to see if any of you know this one. Become the change you want to see in the world. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm literally having to draw because you can't draw, and I can't draw, and the other guy can't draw. And we don't know any artists. Well, you know some artists, but they're not particularly available, so it's not like, you know. It is what it is. Alright. Oh, I got it wrong. It's fine. It's fine. Somebody will have to sort out music one of these days eventually. That's one of those things I am kind of dreading. Because I know one guy who technically does music. He did my intro. I say he did my intro. He gave me the song that I then decided to use for the intro. So, I mean... Though it is a little unfortunate is that he doesn't do piano. Which is a little unfortunate. And, yeah. Music is one of those things that's, like, crucial especially, but... And it's also very expensive if you want to, like, pay people to do original soundtracks for you, and... I'll be honest, I don't know what it's like having to deal with commissioned musicians. If it's anything like dealing with commissioned artists, it's probably going to be a bit of a challenge. Because, you know, you as the client don't know what you want, and they don't know what you want. I'm getting better, but I still can't draw hands. Hands are weird. You need to take pictures of hands, like basically like use your own hands as reference just to figure out where everything's supposed to go. That's really the only way to learn how to do hands, is just to look at either your own hands or other people's hands and just kind of figure out how you want to do it. So yeah, it is what it is, you know. I've gotten a little bit better at hands as of recent. Obviously not detailed, but at least getting the shapes correctly. I can do hands better than an AI. At least that's worth something, because the thing with AI writing tools is they are notorious for getting hands wrong, which I can't really blame them, but it is what it is. If there's anything that really drives me insane whenever I'm doing it, it's clothing, right? Trying to figure out how clothing is supposed to act, like ever, is always kind of an ordeal on its own. Hands I definitely have gotten a little bit more used to drawing all of these characters for the game. Yeah, you know. Which is always kind of interesting because the game is, you know, I'm supposed to be like keeping my programming skills active by doing this game, but I haven't done any programming yet because we haven't really gotten to that stage yet. Which we will have to have another meeting kind of to actually schedule some things, like to delegate tasks. Just gotta start buying frilly dresses and putting them on. Absolutely not. Which, honestly, frilly dresses are easier. If I'm being honest, right? Because there are so many things going on, but the shadows are... It's easy to tell where the shadows are because you're just always inundated with stuff. Clothing is my favorite part. Yeah, see, I'm a person who, in real life, I don't pay too much attention to clothing all that much, right? Unless I see other people wearing it. It's just one of those things. Like whenever I'm picking out clothing, I basically just wear plain t-shirts and khakis like every single day. And I don't try to color coordinate anything, I just grab the first thing in the drawer. So I mean, clothing is weird. And then of course like I said, getting all the shadows right for clothes is challenging. That's why you said, oh, like get frilly dresses and put them on, but frilly dresses are actually easier when it comes to the shadows, because it's very obvious what's casting a shadow at any given point in time. But like when you just have a plain t-shirt that's just like, it's just one color and it exists, you have to detail it to make it to where you're not just looking at a blank wall of, you know, whatever color it is. So I mean, it's a challenge. I haven't had an entire lifetime's worth of drawing yet to get used to it. Another thing is hair. Hair is also kind of annoying, like, you know. Because you have to... There's so much going on, and usually I don't have enough pixels to work with. And then of course, it comes back to the issue of shading when it comes to hair. It's like, oh yeah, there are these lines here, but also there are these shadow lines here. And it's a mess. Gotta start doing what JoJo's author does and look at fashion magazines for a living? Yeah, unfortunately. Like, I know, like, for Sailor Moon, I remember it was something I had learned where the creator of Sailor Moon was looking at, like, beauty pageants over here in the West when they were designing, like, all of their outfits, which, you know, it's definitely a good idea, you know, looking at existing clothing to kind of design your, you know, whatever clothing you're making. It's just a little awkward. Right now I'm working in medieval setting, so medieval is a little bit weird. Yeah. But yeah, definitely looking at other clothing is always a good kind of idea. Because, you know, you have people, it's like, oh, don't, you know, look at all these things, that's an original, or whatnot, but it's like, no, that's kind of the way humans work, right? Nothing is inherently original, because we either take everything from nature, or from, you know, something that somebody else has imagined. Some weird thing that people come up with in their brains. Because when we think about how, like clothing especially, when we think about how it's made, early clothing was built out of necessity. You know, it was made to fill a certain function. Either to be, you know, something that's easy to move in while you're farming, or, you know, something that is meant to make yourself look wealthier, that, you know, make yourself look wealthy because, you know, power dynamics. Or things like that, you know. Kind of like how Levi's were built to kind of be really good for working in coal mines, because that's what people were using them for. I would show you my drawings, but I don't know how, but anyway, I'll be hitting out. You can just put it on like Twitter or something and send me a link. Or I guess more like send your tag, and then there's probably a way to find it. Or you can put it on Pixiv. Pixiv would probably be easier because I use Pixiv more than anything else. Though I also do know a lot of people don't use Pixiv for whatever reason. Well, a lot of people over on this side of the ocean, don't use Pixiv. Because, you know, because somebody I stream with, you know, he does art sometimes, but he doesn't post anything anywhere. I was like, dude, put it on Pixiv or something. Just let it rot there, instead of letting it rot in your phone file. But Oh well. It is what it is. But yeah, you have fun. We'll be around here for a bit. Once I finish this ascension, I'll probably go through the arena again, just kind of... There aren't a whole lot of places to really test out how good your team is, because most of the game modes are a bit too easy, unfortunately. Kind of a weird issue to have, but things tend to be a little bit too easy on this side of the game. How far along are we? 424? Okay, we're almost done with this. So yeah, Mystique definitely is not the ideal main character in this one. All I use is Discord because I don't get online much. Just make a Pixiv account. It's free. And there aren't really any there's not a whole lot you have to worry about. But you know, to be fair, I haven't posted anything on Pixiv either, since, you know, most things is not a terribly big deal as of yet. Which I was always like, I'll put this on Pixiv one day, and I forget to, but you know, it's a minor detail. Most of the stuff I make you can see somewhere else, so it's not a terribly big deal. Because most of the stuff I draw, I only draw for functional purposes. You know, basically draw what I need, nothing more. Because I really do not have the time for just drawing things for fun, so to speak. But yep. Drawing is interesting. Definitely interesting. And it takes a long time for somebody who's a little bit less accustomed to it. Just quickly knock these out. Okay. This one's probably going to come out to be like 20, like a record of 28 or 27. If it's better than the previous one, I'm still not using it, since that one only looks up the raw numbers and not necessarily how much damage you do. Out of my friend group, I'm the only one who went back to drawing. How long has it been since, or how long was everybody drawing before they stopped? Because for me, I basically never drew up until like last year. Because in most cases I didn't really need to. Not necessarily because I knew artists. Well, I did know artists back in the day, but I don't really know many. I don't know any of them anymore. But I also just never had the need to draw anything. So I definitely don't have a whole lot of experience as it is. I haven't taken an art class in, gosh, it's high school. Not even since like, you know, not even like later in high school, but like early high school was the last time I really sat there drawing. Obviously because I had to. And then, you know, for university I did my art credit through art history rather than actual art, because art history is easier. I mean, I didn't get a perfect score in that class, which is unfortunate, but since we were all young, all of us did draw, but we all stopped, but now I'm the only one who wants to get better. Yeah. Drawing is... it's just one of those things. Right? Because what style do you draw in? Do you draw more Western kind of drawings, or... you know... anime kind of drawings, or like landscapes, or drawings of objects, still lifes, I guess. What kind of stuff do you draw? Because, you know, the different things you make kind of determines your approach. In the long run, it technically shouldn't matter, but for those of us with limited time, we do have to kind of pick and choose how we want to learn how to do things. Which I would stream drawing, but it's one of those things where I don't have anything that I can show as like drawing just yet, because technically everything, because like stuff I'm drawing for the game, I'm basically holding on to those just so nobody decides they want to use them before I actually make the game. And then the only other thing would be like book covers, which I'm also I technically don't need to do those yet either, because I don't have anything in the works at the moment that I don't already have a cover for. Still trying to find my style, but I draw characters. Yeah, which when it comes to, it's all under NDA. Yes, it's all under NDA still. But yeah, when it comes to drawing characters, you know, the best way is to just have an example to work with, right? I'm probably there because I love art. Don't worry, I'm not good at drawing, so you're not going to enjoy it. But like you said, the stuff I'm working on right now is under NDA. Personal NDA. But yeah, so just find something that you know you... Like, find a character you know you like and draw in that style first, right? It's one of those things where know how to do something before you start doing something the wrong way, so to speak. So even if you don't know exactly what you want your style to look like now, just find a character you do like. Draw something similar to that starting off, and then you can kind of decide from there. Because that's just how you learn, right? If you try to draw a person without, you know, knowing what you want the person to look like, it's kind of challenging. There's only so far you can get doing it that way. I'll try that, yeah, because, you know, building your own style is something you worry about after you have the fundamentals, right? Right, so it's like, if you can draw a tree, then you can decide that you want to draw the tree out of, you know, out of bricks. It's just as a rather poor example, but that's kind of the idea, right? If you can draw something one way, you can decide later how you want to change it. Which, you know. So I draw things in anime style, so things are usually fairly, not necessarily standard, but it has a very particular look to it that I generally tend to follow. Simply because I like the way it looks, right? If you like the way it looks, what's wrong with it? You know, what does it matter if it looks similar to something else if you like the way it looks? As long as you're not, you know, copying a character one-to-one. Because we all borrow ideas. That's just how the creative process works. It's kind of like with telling stories, right? You need to know what kind of stories you enjoy before you actually create a story. So yeah. But yeah, so but also the other issue with trying to stream drawing is that I use Sketchbook Pro, and I don't know, 'cause when I tried streaming it on Discord for like friends, it kept crashing. So I'll have to experiment with OBS to see if it's fine with OBS, because Discord is also just weird sometimes. If I can't get it to work, then obviously it just won't happen, but we'll see. So I do have my plate full with drawing at the moment, so I won't be able to stream any of it. to stream Roaring for a while. My fellow artists, as long as we keep trying, we'll get better. You hope. We all hope that we get better at some point, but I guess it's technically not impossible for us to never improve. Not that I'm really an artist, really. I only draw because I have to. Okay. Alright. How many floors do I feel like going before I stop for lunch is the question. Because I won't be doing any gameplay next stream, so it's kind of, whatever I want to do, I kind of have to do it now. Because after today, I probably won't stream Stella Sora again, just because there's not a whole lot else to do, really. Like, maybe I'll show off, like, the teams that I've built, but you know, it's interesting. Because I haven't done like an amazing amount of experimentation with this dark team, but again, like I said, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Since, you know, everything will change by full release, so don't get too invested. Which hopefully don't change a whole lot of things visually, because I do like the visuals of this game a lot. The way the characters are. Yeah, even like the enemies are kind of weird in a good way. It's just a matter of adding more characters and figuring out how that's going to work. Because currently as it stands, there are only 5-star characters, one for each element, and there's a 6th element, which is Terra, but no characters for it actually exist yet. So, and as far as new characters that they can make in the story, there aren't like an amazing number of characters that aren't already playable. Like obviously there's the sword girl, which is Water. She actually has a playable. She's playable in the main story, funny enough, but she's not playable yet. Not good at art, but I still think it's good for other artists to come together and draw on one canvas. I mean, you know, like most things, we grow with competition, right? So maybe not necessarily on one canvas. Definitely working on kind of like the same project, that would probably be nice. Something where everybody has equal stakes. But, you know, it's unusual to see artists working on like the same piece of art necessarily. Like, you know, whenever it comes to like games, for example, you'll have a person who does backgrounds and a person who does characters and a person who does, you know, items. Maybe, you know, one person does multiple, but generally if a person draws characters, two people aren't going to draw the same character, right? I always have good ideas for character design, but I have to get better at drawing. Yeah, so, you know, ideas are ideas, you know. Putting them into practice is always the hard part. Right, because it's like, I imagine I have a lot of characters, but they're only tied to swords, right? I make the story and dedicate the character to it, in a way. So I mean, I imagine everything in terms of a narrative. And then it's just, I have to make the narrative and then make the characters, you know. Which, when it comes to characters for me, I don't make a lot of action or like superheroes and all that stuff, so a lot of the characters don't really have anything that's like amazingly unique per se. Like, oh, because I have a friend who's really big into superheroes and whatnot, so he he always comes up with characters with abilities and whatnot, but doesn't exactly have a setting for them. When in my case, it's more the other way around, where I need characters that fill a certain role, but it's not really action, so there's not there aren't like abilities or, you know, I don't like to build characters off their trauma. That's something that I know a lot of people do. It's like, I need this character to be broken in this way. And I was like, I don't do that part. So the way I come up with characters and the kinds of characters I come up with are going to be a little bit different from somebody who does something like that. So it's weird. Because when you operate in the slice of life world, you're working on personality traits rather than necessarily designs, right? Because, you know, when you're working within the realm of reality, you don't have, there's not a whole lot of leeway for, like, you know, oh, special thing this, special thing that. It's just like, they like wearing this particular outfit, or if they're a student, you know, they probably wear a uniform, which is going to be a little bit samey, but it makes things easy, you know? I make characters to display a world. Dude, you just like... You never actually finished that story, did you? The one where... I forgot what it was for. It was like a guy who was like a conspiracy theorist or something. I remember you had mentioned the idea for it, and you were like, "Oh, I was gonna finish it by November of that year," and I don't remember if you ever did. Because if you did, I certainly have not seen it. I also don't know exactly how far you got when you were writing that. Because I remember in that story, I don't think there was necessarily a world to build the characters around, you know, necessarily, since it was kind of everyday life. It was just random scenarios happening that the characters were concerned with. Yeah, you'll have to tell me how that went. I got sidetracked. It's still a work in progress. How far have you gotten? If you say you have one chapter done, I'm not going to be happy. You should have at least 3. And if you say you haven't started at all, then what the heck are you doing? Okay, the game is lagging on my end, so I'm sure it's lagging on your end. Understandable, yeah. Which I was just barely able to finish my competition story before the deadline while school was running. And you know, that was like 70,000 words that I basically had to fit in over the course of like 2.5 months while doing university in my hardest semester of university. I was dying, like really hard. I managed to get out with, you know, A's and A minuses in all of my classes, but it was definitely close. It definitely was not a guarantee like it was in previous semesters. Which I don't think I'll even have a semester that was as rough as that one ever again. But yeah, it got finished one way or another. I just have to hope it not qualifies, it what do they call it? Well, I guess yeah, qualify technically is what they use if it qualifies for finalist. And if it does, I can start thinking about the next volume. Even if it doesn't, I guess I've still thought about the next one. I know it exists. I just have to make it. but that's time that I'll worry about later. That's the spirit, yeah. He's doing his best, kind of. Oh yeah, creative work is not easy. I plan to make a comic, but not good at coming up with names. It's fine, I'm bad with names as well. Also, when it comes to like organizing panels, that's always one of the big concerns with comics and manga in general, right? Or as well, deciding where everything has to go and how you organize it, where you fit the text in, how much text you want to fit in, that kind of thing. I could never do like manga or whatnot because I can't organize. I'm not good enough to draw at drawing for that. I can't organize things well enough. I can draw character portraits. That's basically the extent of my abilities. I can't draw backgrounds. Like I said, very skewed in terms of my skill set, but like I said, I make what I need. Lake by the Forest, John Lake Forest. I mean, I guess names don't necessarily have to be interesting. I have a lot of ideas when naming stuff is difficult. I mean, just open up a name generator, right? Like I said, the names don't necessarily have to be interesting unless it's like part of the point, right? Just look at Phoenix Wright. Those games, they basically had jokes for all of their names, but it didn't really matter. Why not a challenge? I mean, make life easy where you can, right? Better you have something make a name for you than you end up never creating a name, right? Because, especially when it comes to early on, people are a little bit obsessed with perfection that they never actually make it. Like I was talking with one of my friends earlier where he had a lot of like comic series that he wanted to make, but he just didn't because he was worried about it not working. So he just never made it. And you know, you have to fail sometimes, right? Can't get around it. Especially since in a lot of ways, that's the only way you practice. It's making something, and more than likely it fails. My favorite trope is when authors name their characters based on their traits. Yep, I've seen that a lot. We all must do one page, then you pass it on to another artist and do the other. I don't know about that, because then whenever you're passing it around like that, then you get to continuity errors, right? That's one of the things that I try my hardest to avoid, are continuity. You know, making sure everything, you know, is consistent. Yeah, I could never imagine just like making writing a chapter and then passing it off to somebody else to do the next chapter. I just can't imagine it. When we're talking like, you know, it's different when you're talking about like a visual novel, right? Where I can imagine a world where different people handle different routes, as long as the general understanding of the characters is the same. Since, let's be honest, in dedicated routes, a lot of characters that you know, the route isn't 4, they aren't going to matter all that much, so it's not a terribly big deal. But for like the main routes, I don't know. You'd have to be very not close, but communicate very well with the person you're working with if you want to, you know, trade hands on things. That's the challenge. But I also don't think you really gain a whole lot from that kind of challenge, right? It's just, it's like, it helps in a setting where you're having to work with other people, but let's be honest, how often are we doing that? When it comes to specifically these kinds of creative things. Because everyone has an art style, so it'll be interesting to see what they'll do. I mean, yeah, it'll definitely be interesting, but I definitely don't think anybody's going to particularly like the results. I'm being honest. Right? Because, you know, that's how games work, right? Games bring a lot of different people to work on the same project. But at the end of the day, it comes out looking mostly cohesive. But also in those settings, people are divided strategically. You know, isn't that just Gartic Phone? It is. That is literally just Gartic Phone. Which I've never played Gartic Phone, but I've seen how ridiculous it ends up. I can show you a YouTuber who did that. I would not be surprised. But yeah, I mean, you know, Gartic Phone is one of those things that's there for laughs. The whole concept of telephone itself, right, is just for ridiculous things to happen. I'm a little bit too dedicated to the things I create to to do that a whole lot. Because let's just say I don't like wasted ideas, right? If I make something, I don't want it to be made as a joke. That's why it's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, do like a brief scenario just for the heck of it. It's like, well, if I'm doing a scenario, I want it to actually mean something, right? Not mean anything like thematically, but to actually like, you know, to reach a point in the narrative. You can check it out when I feel like it. Yeah, I can probably have a look at some point. Artists do some weird stuff. Which I don't know if you noticed, but I also redrew my model, my little PNG model. I did redraw it because I did it to add the hat, because I wanted the hat, but it didn't really work out very well with the previous model because of all the thick lines and how rough it was and the number of pixels I was working with in that one. So I basically just overhauled the entire thing, and it looks better now. But now I have this hat, and it took me like 3 days to make this hat because I was constantly having to work on other things at the same time. And, you know, I have to go to work tomorrow and all those little things. Which the guy, Mike, the one I streamed Terraria with, I'll have to ask him tomorrow if he's decided on what we're doing next, right? Because we had theorized working on or playing, for example, Stardew Valley was something that was much more peaceful, because he was a little bit too stressed playing Terraria. So something like Stardew Valley. He also started playing Astroneer, but he never got further than like a single bit, so we could try playing that. It's another like nice easy sandbox kind of game. So we're figuring things out, things we can do for content. Because, you know, streaming by myself is a little bit boring, let's just say. Having a consistent person that I can just give a hard time to is always nice. Rain World? I don't know about Rain World. He might just fall asleep for Stardew. Yeah. He said he would be able to commentate better if we played Stardew, so we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I'm always carrying commentary most of the time, so we'll see what happens. Because we have a lot of stuff we talk about at work, but we're also like incredibly unfiltered when we're at work. Which, in my case, he doesn't try to be, but I like to be at least a little bit family friendly. Obviously, I'm playing a game that literally, if I go back to the menu, it immediately becomes not family friendly. But I mean, you know, gacha game will be gacha game, right? It's technically rated 13+, I think. Which Azur Lane being 13+ still is wild. But dang, chat, these turnips are good stars. We're eating good tonight, hot dog. I mean, yeah. I think Stardew Valley is easily one of those kind of podcast kind of games. So you need to have kind of a podcast mindset to play it and to actually like stream it. Like me, I can find random things to talk about. I can, you know, in my case, worst comes to worst, I just become educational. That's always really fun. It's just to become educational randomly. Like in this game, not a whole lot I can really talk about, but when it comes to like Stardew Valley, you know, there are crops. You know, I can do some research on particular items and discuss my findings during stream and whatnot. That's pretty low effort, but it does make for something interesting to talk about. But it's fine. We'll save those herbivorous kinds of conversations for if we actually do play Stardew. I would want to play Stardew. I've never actually played Stardew before. It's one of those games I've seen a lot of, but I've never played. And I've played plenty of like Stardew knockoffs on like mobile. But to play the actual thing would be interesting. It's too bad, like, what's it called? I think it's Runes. Is it RuneScape? I don't remember. No, it's Rune Backward. No. I can't remember what the game is called. But it's something similar, but it's like all 3D and but it doesn't have a multiplayer to it. Farmville is the OG. I mean, has it sold as many copies as Stardew Valley? That there is the question. Yeah, Stardew is an interesting game. Yeah, I think it is Rune Factory 5. But yeah, one of those other kind of similar farming sim games, but it's only single player. Harvest Moon, A Story of Seasons, those ones also exist. I don't know if those have multiplayer support though, you'll have to tell me. If they do, I can definitely consider them, but I also know that they're a little bit more pricey than Stardew. It came free with every Facebook account? What did? Farmville? But does that count as selling copies though? If everybody received it for free? I don't know, we'll ask him, because whenever he did play Astroneer, he played with another person, so we were kind of trying to coordinate to see if that person would also work with us. So we could have like a 3-man conversation rather than just me and him. Farmville, yeah. So we'll kind of see how that pans out. If he can't get his friend along on board, then we can see about doing it with just the two of us. Though the weird thing about Stardew Valley is that it doesn't have a very clear end, I don't think. Like, I know you could buy like the clock thing or something, and that's technically the most expensive thing you can buy or something like that. I don't know how many updates it's received since then, but yeah. Well, I mean, we spent like 20 streams on Terraria, so if Stardew Valley takes more than 20 streams, we could probably just, you know, put a lid on it there. I was also debating on whether I wanted to stream Undertale, or not Undertale, Deltarune. Because I have Deltarune, I have, you know, the new one. And I'd basically replay it from Chapter 1 simply because my Chapter 1 and 2 files are on Switch. Stardew Valley Journey to the Clock Tower. Yeah. Stardew Valley has a lot of stuff. That's for sure. As I guess if we wanted to be extra interesting, we could probably mod the crap out of Stardew. That would be funny. Deltarune, yeah. But the thing is, everybody has already completed Deltarune. Like, I've already seen videos of people who have played through chapters 3 and 4 already. And I was like, I'd just be playing it for the heck of it and just voicing people. Which, I'm not great at voicing people because my voice really only has one tone. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, I want to play it, and it would make for very easy, just turn brain off kind of content, but it would be something that I would have to kind of sit there and do. That's kind of how streaming has become, is that, basically I want to play games, and I might as well just stream it, right? Stardew has enough content for you, no need to mod? Does it? Does it really? Get better at VA? Okay, so it's like you have those voice actors that are very good at voicing one particular type of character and nothing else. That's me, basically. If you need somebody who sounds exactly like me, I can do it for you very well. If you don't, then, I mean, you're out of luck. Like, I'm not going to be able to, like, go crazy with my voice. Also, it really does have enough content, trust me. Though you could say the same about Terraria, but we had a lot of fun modding Terraria. And we didn't even do Calamity. Though we didn't do Calamity on purpose because Calamity throws scaling completely out the window. If we did Calamity, we'd have to do Calamity from the get-go without Thorium, because Thorium can't keep up. But, you know, why not just mod Stardew Valley? What mods does Stardew Valley have? I guess is the question, right? I haven't actually looked at Stardew Valley mods, like a whole lot of them. I know some people out Game Crushed. That's because you've played Terraria a bunch before. Gravebound is officially out on Steam. Oh, one of the guys at university, they finally put their game on Steam. Both playing Stardew Valley from scratch. Technically speaking, yes, I've never played it before, but I have seen a lot of people play it, so I know a lot of how the game works, just not a lot of the intricacies. And you know, it's one of those games that you can play it differently from everybody else if you wanted to. Oh, by the way, the game crashed, so I'm gonna have to. That's probably a good point for me to take a break for lunch. So. Yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. I'll probably schedule it for some time at some point. Next stream, I'll just be listening to music, just because we can. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted like crazy, but